Traders, what's up? Good morning. It is Monday. This is your today's market. So let's jump into some of the fundamentals we have going on. So I did post we do have a weekly fundamental quiz up. Just some questions you guys can go through that some stuff to pay attention to for the week. But first off, I want to start off with Brexit. Again, a lot of the Brexit that we have seen, or the strength or the Brexit news that we've seen, it was Theresa May, or it was the UK. They got to extend the deal, or the extension to the deal, until October 31st. We didn't. That happened somewhere in here. I think it was April 12th, somewhere in there. And we didn't really. The market really didn't take that as good news. I mean, we're still consolidated here. We haven't had any data really pushing us out. So to me, I feel like that is opening up more uncertainty for, market participants. They do feel like there is more uncertainty since there's it's going to be more time to get a deal. So, I thought we would have had a little more of an up move. I thought we would have possibly broken out of here, but we didn't. But, lately, what are the European elections and why do they affect the economy? We do need to pay attention to the EU elections coming up. Theresa May wants to get her Brexit deal passed before the EU elections, and that was one of the questions in here. So I want you guys to just kind of go through there. I do have this link in the weekly fundamental quiz, so make sure you do go and check that out. Other than that, we do have some China trade talk stuff. So let's see. I think this is good right here. So Steven Mnuchin. Again, this just came out last night, 12:33 a.m. So U.S. Secretary Steven Mnuchin was quoted by the New York Times as saying during an interview at the Milk Institute, he did say we're getting to the final laps. That's why I was thinking on the webinar yesterday that we could see a slight pop in that Australian dollar. Just some speculation that there's optimism with the China trade talks that they are actually making progress. I mean, we haven't heard anything really negative in regards to the China trade talks lately. Robert Lighthizer, so both of them are going to be in Beijing, April 30th, so tomorrow, Tuesday. So again, that'll be something to watch as well. So again, that is on, I'll post that in the weekly quiz as well, just for you guys to kind of look at and just answer. So that is, that is some good news. But again, we're just taking it with a grain of salt, because again, we understand that anything can really happen. Just like I said in the webinar, that the market seems to be moving based off, tweets. Not everything, but Trump tweeting about oil, like the market's moving based off that in some instances. So what I'm really getting at is that, Trump could really come out and tweet something about, well, I don't really like the deal on China as much as we thought, or something like that. And that could possibly turn markets around. So that's kind of where I was heading with that. So just something to pay attention to. See what's on some Bloomberg. We can check that out. Well, here's this too. So U.S. China talks resume with significant issues unresolved. So again, the same thing. Those two are both scheduled to meet in Beijing. U.S. report last week criticized China's IP protection. So again, that could be something that, if this starts we get more details on it, that could possibly, start to cause some risk off in the market. So I'm still new with this info as well, but this is what we're gonna have to look at and kind of stay up on. So it looks like there are going to be discussions will cover trade issues, including intellectual property, forced technology transfer, non-tariff barriers, agricultural services purchases, and enforcement, according to a White House statement. So again, I'm going to post this for you guys. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to post this really quick into just so you guys have this article. So let's jump into, actually look at some of the calendar for the week. So again, business confidence came out a little lower, it looks like. Consensus was 0.49. We did come out about 0.07 lower, especially than the previous. Services about the same. Consumer confidence about the same as the consensus, up a little higher than the previous. Actually, down a little lower than the previous, excuse me. Let's check that out quick. Dang, look at that. So, interesting stuff. What else we got? So 8:30, we got personal spending, personal income. This will be important to kind of give us a better outlook. We'll have to pay attention to this Chinese manufacturing data. We did get that little rebound, looks like recently, but maybe that doesn't mean we're going to continue to make new highs with that as well. Jumping into the charts, we'll just jump into some indexes right now. So Euro index, again, looks like we're retracing a little, kind of coming off, some consolidation. I do think that we could possibly push lower into this 532 area. Yen, looks like we were up at that high, so we could possibly get a retracement. We were probably down in here, and we did. Maybe we could get a little more, but again, we need to be paying attention to, in regards to those China trade talks, what happened and what's going to happen. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that as well. Let's look at this USD CHF index. Again, we're at the high. I think we're just going to, are we going to possibly break higher? Maybe, but, I just want to say we're going to kind of push up into these highs. I'm not really going to be asking for us to break this 234 level. So again, if we do continue to get some more data, I do think, obviously we're going to push up a little higher. But again, we did get some good GDP data. We could just kind of, we kind of sold off from the high. But I just think we're going to stay within here for a while. Maybe I'm just going to say that we're going to stay probably within this 235 level, kind of from, let's do control, get that down there. So I'm saying we're probably going to stay, within here. I want to see that for right now. Pound CHF, again, we kind of know this is a safe haven, or usually strengthens in time of uncertainty due to the repatriations because of their negative interest rates. If you guys have questions about that, message me and I will explain that to you a little better. Again, we did make a whole new low. I want to kind of maybe see this consolidate some more, and then we could possibly take it to a long if we do get that consolidation. But again, guys, I did mention that volatility is at an all-time low, and that's just kind of rare in the market. So, we definitely want to keep that an eye out on that, because once you see that so low for so long, that it does tend to eventually pop, and it can be pretty intensely and aggressively. Australian dollar, again, we're seeing some strength off of this. We kind of retrace back to this consolidation. I think we could possibly retrace some more of this gains if we do see some optimism with the China trade talks, or if if the intellectual property and some of those other issues are kind of easily resolved. So let's jump into this odd CHF and the odd CAD that we were looking at. So again, I put a little pending down in here. Maybe I might have been a little too low to get filled, but I wanted to get a good entry. I know there were some other members in this, and we did mention this on the webinar. So like I said, I think we can push up into this 38.2. We might get some consolidation, but we might actually blow through that and get up into this previous consolidation. So that is something we're looking at. We did get that little, we got some consolidation below this 23.6 right now. We did break out, kind of retest this area. So that would also been a good entry. I was looking to get in on that entry, and that's why I placed that pending. I'm not sure if I got filled. But structure-wise, we do have the market came up into here quite a bit, kind of came back, broke through a little, but again, we were consolidated, and this seems to be a pretty decent level if we were to look back on the 4-hour and the daily. Again, this doesn't, I'm not this could be a daily one too. I'm just looking at it on the 4 hour. We could see it's probably gonna look a little nicer. See, it looks a lot nicer on the daily. So it's really just how you perceive, everything. So again, I think we're gonna push up into that 61.8 pretty easily. Euro USD, again, we did make new all-time lows. Really based on that USD strength. Maybe we could get a little retracement to that $1.12. Or, if we get some good data, possibly, I'm not going to say we're going to break the low. I just kind of would like to see a little retracement, maybe to that $1.12 area. USD JPY, again, we were in this trade, broke out, kind of came up, some extra volatility. We did end up pushing to the target we were looking at, which was this 1140. We did hit off on that pretty close, just wick to it. So again, we may be right, but we're not right. So that's what looked like it happened there. CAD JPY, really not much. We'll see what else across some of these odd CHF pairs or odd CHF. Let's look at that. Again, we do some minor structure here. If you were going to take this, you probably have the fib right there. You probably could have taken a break here a little earlier. If your outlook was right in your fundamentals, you could have taken a break a little earlier. You would have a nice risk reward. You probably would have almost been at a 2 to 1. If you would have broke out of this 38.2 like you did. I do still think there's upside into the 78.6. This does, to me, this looks like a weak leg. We knew that was the inflation data. So, consolidation up here. Possibly, they cleared out all the buy orders. No one wants to buy. All of a sudden that happens. You see that massive spike low in search of, trying to find some buy or some buying participants into the market. So this sell side move doesn't have to have any volume behind it. That's why you can see that it could possibly retrace, pretty easily. That's what we define as a weak leg. Let's just jump through some of these quick. Your USD we had looked at, your JPY. That was a nice sell that we did. Your GBP. And we were looking for this move up a little. We did get up into here, came back down into here, came up into there. And we hit up there. We should have your stops ding your break even or that break even if you did take that. Where I was talking about in the previous today's markets, so that should have been a price scratch. That's the name of the game, guys. GBP NZD, we're getting some consolidation. I'd like to see a little more. Nothing as of yet that I would be comfortable with taking. I do kind of like going against the NZD right now, but also, I'm buying Australian dollar and long Australian dollar. NZD CAD, NZD JPY, or excuse me, NZD JPY, NZD CHF. And daily, USD CHF. So again, guys, you kind of see I'm just kind of like sifting through this. I know the setup. Hope you guys will get there too to start seeing, kind of what you're looking for. If we did see this consolidate a little more, maybe push up a little higher. I would possibly like this USD CHF for a sell. Just look at the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm just not really comfortable with that consolidation right now. USD JPY, we look at that USD CAD. I'm going to say there's more upside to that. Look what we did. We broke. I'm not trading this. Strategy is not there for me. Is there more upside? I possibly think so. We can possibly push up into $1.35. Maybe not today, but I do think we can get up in there. CAD CHF. Really not much. I don't really like it right now. Again, guys, that's it. I'm going to be more active in the chat today, posting some stuff because I think we could possibly have a pretty decent week if China trade talks are going on. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And please, again, if you have any questions, take the initiative and message me. I'm here to help, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.